Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a completed week 1 of Camp NaNoWriMo. I almost can't believe we've made it. If you were to have asked me on day 4 how I was going to be doing at day 7, I would definitely not have told you that I am way ahead. And yet here I sit, ahead. It's time for me to throw some stats out at y'all because, as you know, I love stats. And so day 7 of 30 days is just under 25% of the way through Camp NaNoWriMo. 23.33%. to be exact. But I have somehow made it that I am 28.53% completed with my Camp NaNoWriMo goal. I have a little over 8,000 words already done from my 30,000 word goal for the month. And I've gone through all of my characters at this point. I'm actually on like chapter 9 technically, and I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it throughout this video that you're about to watch, but I've basically just been alternating scenes per character and I'm calling them chapters for now because it just makes the most sense. But you're gonna see me struggle through figuring that out, and honestly, I'm still not sure if this is how I want to do it, but this is what I got. The Camp NaNoWriMo site is predicting that I will finish on April 25th. Hopefully, maybe. That would be nice. But I want to take you back. I want to take you back to day 1, actually. Not day 1, because I didn't film anything on day 1, because like daily vlogging is actually really hard. I sit down in front of this camera and I usually have a topic, but I was attempting to do like a weekly vlog of my actual Camp NaNoWriMo experience and like my daily life, and harder than I thought. It was really hard to remember to take this camera around with me. So day 2, I have a whole bunch of stuff. I have a whole bunch of me fuddling my way through this story. And then the other days I give updates and make decisions, but it's definitely, well, you know what, you're gonna see. So let's go ahead and do that and transport you back to day 2. Goodbye. Tell us what we're doing today, Mama.
Hey, we're in the bluebonnet field.
And what are we doing?
We are taking pictures of bluebonnets.
I'm still waiting for my mom. She's taking all sorts of pictures. And then I'll return to Camp NaNoWriMo. I wrote out on the first day some of the things that I wanted to, you know, do. Just I was not in a place where I was near my computer, so I was like, I have a notebook. Have a notebook, will write. It's my tagline. And I thought that this was a great idea. I thought I was so genius, and every time I forget truly how awful my handwriting is. Half of these words are not legible. And you know, I eventually make out some of them, but there are others where I'm just like, let me see, let me find the one where I had like 3 in a row where I was like, I wrote this yesterday and I have no idea what I was trying to say. What if it was the best part of my story? So that's how day 2 is going for me. Ah. Why? All right, I got 1,003 words written today so far. And to be fair, most of the 1,003 came from, but that means I can update my word count now. Can you see that? Not really. Oh well. Update. My total progress is 4.1%. So I was kind of inspired by everyone else's first lines and realizing just how cool it was to like keep track of things. So even though it's not the first line of my story, I thought I'd share with you the first line I wrote each day. Because sometimes it's in the middle of chapters and it's just like some kind of random line, and other times it's this awesome line that you're like, that's so cool. This line is not one of those. This line is the start of chapter 2, and it's the first time that I'm switching points of view. And so that being said, you can hardly tell with this line. It goes, even though there were 10 teams made of at least 5 people each and Banishment Co. had 11, the front parlor of Michael Slant's home still wasn't too crowded. You know, some lines are just lines. You gotta set the scene. There's no impact there. Yet? No, there's no impact there. So the weird part about doing both daily videos and like these weekly vlogs just about how the writing's going and like how I incorporate it into my life usually is that I get these like video sessions where like I'm filming and I'm also editing right now. Yay, Vita! I'm in search of good lighting. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. That light didn't do anything. Okay. So I'm on chapter 3 and these chapters are just like blazing by. Right now I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And I'm coming across each chapter is kind of alternating a different point of view, of which I have seven point of views. So not only are the chapters super speedy, but like while I think I nailed the first two voices because they're the most not eccentric, but I guess they're the ones I have defined best. I get their quirks best and I get how they think and feel best. And now we're getting into the less certain ones and it's very evident. I'm not very far into this chapter. I got, let's see, 63 words. Maybe I should wait till I have 100 to make a decision, but it's not going poorly. It's just not going as well. So, ooh. So I'm gonna finish this chapter and see if I feel any differently. This character that I'm writing now is the leader of the group, or so he thinks, and he's definitely the most like straight-laced character. And so I think maybe it's just, you have to have him there. It's important for the group dynamic, but he just might not be the most fun. So the question's then gonna be, if I'm not having as much fun as the writer, is this indicative of something the reader would pick up on? Should I find a way to make his chapters more fun? And how would I go about doing that? Or am I just being too harsh right now? It's the first draft. It's a 0 draft. It's a Camp Nano draft. Oh, girl, get it together. My handwriting was actually so poor in places that I had to rewrite it so that I'd be able to tell. Like, I write in cursive and I had to rewrite it in block letters with large spacing between them because I was like, I'm never gonna get this. And I was right, I never would have gotten it. I wish I would have done this in a couple more places. Can you see? All right, I finished that chapter. I don't know if it actually turned out any better or worse than I thought. It was under 1,000 words. I think this is just gonna be one of those stories that has a lot of chapters that just aren't very long. I kind of just end up separating every single scene, having someone else narrate it. I don't know how I feel about that. But it's past 9. I've done more than I needed to for the day, and I just found out that Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan split, so this seems like as good a time as I need to call it. I'm done for the day. today is day 5. Sneezing a lot today. Not a good sign. It's just now 8 a.m. so I'm gonna try and write for the next hour and a half and see how far along I get. I talked yesterday in my day 4 video when I was introducing Scrivener, which I'm using now, that I was having some trouble, and I think a lot of that centers on, again, this is something I haven't done before where I'm having 7 different point of view characters, and that's just a lot anyways, but it's one of those things where the first draft or the 0 draft is never perfect, but here I am, like, I can already tell I don't have at least one of the characters' voices right. And so now I'm worried about the other characters' voices. So I was allowing myself to get like a little bit down about that. And what I'm needing to remind myself is that it is a 0 draft, it is a first draft, and I have all the power later to change the words. You know, like I just need to get the story out, kind of solidify what I want the story to be. And then when it comes down to like the specific dialogue a character would use or how they describe something, I can change that. It's nice to get it right the first time, but that's just not where I'm at right now. So I'm just gonna keep writing, and for the next hour and a half, we're gonna see how many words I can get. Okay, so it's 9:19, almost to the 9:30 point, but I did just finish a chapter, so I figured this was as good as any to just kind of stop off at and give you guys an update. Today I have literally nothing to do but write my story, and because I'm in a good mood and because I'm really trying to pump myself up, I figured I'd just see how many words I can write. And so, how many words have I written? Hold on. This is the new chapter I'm starting. My question is that 1904 number the number that I've written today so far? Because if I click off and go to the chapter I wrote fully today, you can see at the bottom that it's 1,200 words. And now I did add some to trade a day. So maybe that is how many I've written today. Is that what that means? Scrivener, I am so confused. Anyways, I might have a better answer when I update the NaNoWriMo website, but that's already so much better than yesterday when I wrote a whopping, like, it was under 100 words, so. I'm not proud, but if I make up for it today, it doesn't matter. So let's do it. This dog has all the room to go outside into the yard, and here he sits next to me. Puppy, what is you doing, huh? All right, I'm at 2,237 words so far for the day. It is right at noon. I got a little bit distracted earlier, I'll admit. I went down a YouTube spiral. That's what always happens. So, I'm a little bit behind on my goal of just like getting as many words as possible, which I didn't set a number to because why bother? After the chapter I'm writing right now, I have one more chapter. That'll be the end of chapter 7, and I will have written each of the characters. And what I'm trying to decide now, I know this is a little bit preemptive, I don't need to know this yet, should I go completely in order? Because when I was doing all my prep work, I decided on certain plot points that needed to happen, but I didn't necessarily say who needed to be narrating the plot points. I feel like with 7 characters, it might be easier just to like go in order so that people aren't even more confused, but I feel like that could also screw me later down the line in case something has to happen and one person has to narrate it. Ooh. All right, I'll figure that out when the time comes.
keep it alive, or else it will die.
Na, 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 na. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. So I just went on an errand to get my new bookcase that I need to put in and up and create and fill and ooh. There's gonna be a whole video on that because I've been redoing my whole room so that it looks better just because there's so many books. So many books. And now I'm about to watch some YouTube videos, reply to some comments. I got my drink. It's a raspberry mocha and it is delicious. Let's do it. And I'm back. It is day 7. Excuse me for wearing the exact same shirt as yesterday. Don't judge me. I don't currently plan on writing any more today, but if I do between filming this and uploading this video, I will link down below so you can follow along on my progress. My overall feelings about this week are that while I did struggle through a lot, I have an awesome cabin that has just been so reassuring, and it's been so nice to watch everyone's videos, and I'm actually hoping to use this weekend to catch up on videos. And it's just so nice to see everyone's experiences because, you know, while my day 4 was a low point for me this week, other people's low points were at different times, and other people's high points were when I was during my low point, and they really managed to like pep me up and keep me going. And y'all, I love my cabin. Camp NaNoWriMo is great. So anyways, that was my first week of Camp NaNoWriMo. Here's to hoping the other weeks are just as good. Please comment down below and let me know how your week 1 went. If you had to pick, what was your best day this week? Either because you wrote a lot of words or you got to the point in your novel that you were editing for this month and it was a huge plot point and you figured out the best way to do it, or anything like that. I would absolutely love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow with a new video. Bye.